Ehang stock price prediction. What exactly happened to Ehang? Okay, so in this video, guys, we're going to talk about Ehang stock. So this is a stock that actually recommended on the channel last year, and I believe the stock was trading at around like $12 or $13. And I initially entered my position at around $15 and started adding more at 20, and the stock absolutely took off. So over the last 3 months, at one point, as the stock was running up, as you can see here on the chart, it ran all the way from like $12 all the way up to, at its peak, $128, and then absolutely crashed on Tuesday's opening session. So there's a lot of weird things going on here. There was a short seller report released by a short seller. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, and that's one of the reasons why the stock sold off. People panicked on a lot of fraud allegations and things that we kind of saw similar to Luckin Coffee when people kind of abandoned that stock. But I'm going to talk about why I haven't actually sold any of my shares in Ehang, why I'm actually going to be buying more shares here, because I think Ehang is substantially different from Luckin Coffee in several ways. I'm going to talk about those ways in a video. Before we get into this video, guys, be sure to get your 2 free stocks on Webull when you open a brokerage account and deposit at least $100. So all you have to do is click the link in the description, guys, or go to investortrip.com/Webull, grab your 2 free stocks, and let me know which stocks you get. Okay, so going back to Ehang. Let's talk a little bit more about this in depth. So if you guys would check out my previous video, I'm going to link to it in the description below. I talked about where the company was headed, how urban air travel is the next big thing other than electric vehicles, and how all over the world we have gridlocks with traffic in North America, traffic in Asia, traffic in Africa, and the fact that urban air mobility is the future of transportation. We're going to see a lot of people traveling and using the air as a way to circumvent big traffic and just save time in general. And that was one of the reasons why I liked Ehang stock so much. But apparently this short seller was attacking the company. So it's called Wolfpack Research. So actually he posted a tweet. He said, today we published a report revealing why we believe Ehang is an elaborate stock promotion whose sales are largely fabricated and based on sham sales contracts with the customers more interested in its investment in stock than its products. So you actually can check out the website. Here's the actual research report. I'm going to link to that in the description as well, but you can get it at wolfpackresearch.com/research/Ehang. And it says basically, today we will reveal why Ehang, Nasdaq is an elaborate stock promotion based on largely fabricated revenues based on sham sales contracts with a customer who appears to us to be more interested in helping inflate the value of the investment in pump up the stock price and actually buy its products. So this company, how do they make money? Well, Wolfpack Research is probably a one-man or a two-man show. It's not a big company. And basically what this guy is doing is he's attacking companies whose stock prices are kind of moving up in regards to new trends, new products, and new services. And then he's basically shorting this stock and trying to cause the price of the stock to go down to make money. And this isn't something that we haven't seen. Even Tesla at one time was attacked by short sellers. So was Nio. Even last year, Nio was attacked by a short seller and it caused the stock price to crash, and then it eventually recovered. And I'm going to talk a little bit more why I think that this situation is vastly different from Luckin Coffee, even though they're both Chinese companies. So the first most important thing to do is we need to take a look at who is actually auditing the books of Ehang, because you guys can actually take a look at this report, and as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of slander and a lot of lies that are kind of being made in this report. It looks like that they're basically attacking Ehang, saying that it's lying about sales and stuff like that, but we already know that this company is still in the startup phase. So this is not a mature company like Tesla. They're not doing a ton of deliveries. They're basically working on perfecting the technology. And we all know that urban air travel is not going to pick up right now. You know, we're in the middle of a global pandemic, that this is something for like 2023, 2024, maybe even 2025. So this is a few years down the road. But one of the important things I want to show you guys is who's actually auditing the books of Ehang. So this is really, really important. And one of the important things to do before you listen to a lot of these research reports, because this short seller has an interest in actually making the stock price go down to make money. So I did some research, and Ehang their books are done by Ernst & Young Hua Ming LLP, which is a certified public accounting firm based in Beijing, China, and they are registered with the PCAOB. So that's a really good sign, guys. So the fact that Ehang's books are being done by this company, obviously this is a PCAOB trusted firm, which is a really good sign. And one of the problems that was with Luckin Coffee is that their books weren't being done by a PCAOB independent auditor. So that's one of the reasons why I think Luckin Coffee crashed last year, simply because they were trying to compete with Starbucks and they were trying to grow too fast. And it doesn't seem like Ehang is doing that. Even before the stock got attacked by the short seller, it was only like a $6 billion market cap. It wasn't, it wasn't a huge, massive company like Nio or something like that. And just a reminder, Nio was also attacked last year, as well as Tesla. So one of the reasons why I'm going to stick with Ehang Stock is simply because the books are being done by a good accounting firm, right? The second reason is that Ehang actually responded to the report. And there's a press release they released out of Guangzhou, China. It says, the world's leading autonomous air vehicle technology platform issued a following response to allegations raised in a report by Wolfpack Research. The company believes that the report contains numerous errors, unsubstantiated statements, and misinterpretation of the information. And the company will consider any necessary and appropriate course of action to protect the interests of the company and all of its shareholders, guys. So the fact that this company also came out and has been issued a release saying that a lot of the claims were false and unsubstantiated is another reason I'm sticking behind the company. And the third reason that I'm sticking behind the stock is that this wasn't necessarily a bad pullback, okay? So obviously stocks are supposed to trade on revenue and earnings, mainly earnings, but when a company doesn't really have a lot of earnings, they're going to trade on revenue and growth and stuff like that. And the fact that the stock had ran up so much, so I mean, literally the stock was up basically, before this huge dip, it was basically up over almost 1,000% or more, even though the revenues of the company hadn't been increasing that fast. So when Nio stock went over 1,000%, they started, delivering a lot of vehicles and things like that. And there was kind of some fundamental reasoning for the run up in the stock price. But Ehang didn't have that. So the fact that the stock was trading over like $130, the run up in the shares over the last couple of months didn't really match the growth of the company. And I think a lot of people were jumping on board simply trying to get in on the next Nio. Maybe if they missed Nio, then they figured, okay, Ehang is a Chinese company. It doesn't sell cars, but it sells, electric EV drones and things like that. And urban air mobility is the future, so let me get on with them. But the funny thing is that the stock is basically trading at the same level it was back in January, just a month ago. So, even if, you bought it up here, I mean, it's basically come back to where it was in a month. And over the last 3 months, the stock is still up 400%. So, just because obviously there might be some valid statements made in the report. Maybe the growth was a bit unsubstantiated, but the fact of the matter is that the stock is still up 400% or so. And it's just basically back to where it was a month ago. So I think a lot of people got caught up in the hype here and ended up buying, thinking that, if they could buy at 100, Ehang might go to 200 or so like that. And we just know that stocks just can't sustain that type of growth over the long term. We saw that with GameStop. We saw that with AMC. Stocks can't just go straight up. So this could actually be a healthy pullback. And I don't expect to see Ehang really doing good revenue probably until the end of this year or even next year when they really start delivering these vehicles. And I've done a lot of research on this company. I've seen their prototypes. I've seen the products that they're working with the Ehang 216. I still believe in this company. I still believe it's just like Nio, and Nio got attacked by short sellers last year, and the stock recovered quite nicely. So I'm holding my shares. I'm actually probably going to buy some more right here because basically it gives me a chance to buy in back where it was in January, guys. So my price prediction on Ehang stock, like I said, this pullback was expected. A lot of this run up here was basically on hype. It wasn't basically on the fundamentals of the company. But I still think Ehang will hit $130 or more in the future. So obviously it's going to take more sales, more revenue coming in. And I think that this company will survive this. So whereas Luckin Coffee got completely delisted from the NASDAQ to this fraud, they had their CFO and things like that, basically cooking the books. I don't think this is the issue here. I think that this was just a stock that ran up too fast in the last month and it's pulled back. So it's a little bit different. And the fact that this company is kind of entering a completely new space, there's still time for them to work on their prototypes. There's still time for them to refine the Ehang 216 and sell it to more people and things like that. So I wouldn't worry. Now, what should you do if you bought here? Well, some things you can do if you're buying one of these speculative hype up stocks. You definitely want to think about using stop losses, and if you can't figure out what price to stop out at, use a trailing stop loss. Maybe use a 10% trailing stop loss, so if the stock drops 10%, you're out of the position. But one of the things I've learned about when I've hit a big winner, and I was already up a ton on Ehang Stock. Like I said, if you guys check out my previous video, I bought right around here. One of my problems in last year was selling too soon. So for me, instead of going to be selling and dumping like everyone else, I'm going to be buying more shares of Ehang. And this gives me a chance to kind of add to my position at a much cheaper price point, because I'm thinking about what we're going to be doing in 2023 and 2024. I'm not thinking about March or April of 2021. So that's just my opinion on Ehang, guys. Like I said, do your own due diligence. Be sure to check out the short seller report. But I know the game with these short selling stocks. They like to attack powerful companies like Tesla, like Nio, that are doing things differently, and that they like to profit off of these short-term bounces. So I'm highly confident that Ehang will once again be $130 and higher, but to go from 40 to 130 in just a month is probably just too much, too soon. So this is one of the pitfalls of buying a stock that everyone else is jumping in on. You want to kind of, be patient and wait for buy on dips and wait for pullbacks, because usually if the stock runs up really fast, it's going to come back down just as fast, guys. So my final price prediction, I think we'll see $130 once people realize that a lot of these claims are unsubstantiated and they're false. And I think this is a nice dip buying opportunity. So I'm going to be buying some more shares today. And let me know what you guys think about the comments. And be sure to check out the links in the description below. You can check out the report for yourself and let me know what you guys think. So thank you so much for checking out my channel, guys. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed my content, and smash the red subscribe button to receive more videos from me. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you receive a notification anytime I upload. And also, you'll check out in the description below a link to my private Discord chat and my stock watch list newsletters. Be sure to subscribe to both of those, guys. So until next time, guys, take care.